Hello again. Kimdu. No answer this time. I know I've said that in basically every video. But this time I've got a date. It's going to be next week. It's going to be roughly August 8th or 9th. Definitely next week. But I'm not quite sure which day. What I did have today was another question from Teddy Edsman. In my last video I mentioned that I was an X-Men fan. So, Teddy asked me who my favorite X-Man was, and what I thought about the movies. Let's start with who my favorite X-Men is. Honestly, I can't say that I have a single favorite. I've been reading them for so long, I like them all for different reasons. But I'd have to say, there are three that really stick out in my mind. Three of the originals, mind you. First, there's the team leader, Cyclops. Currently, Cyclops is the co-headmaster of the Xavier Institute. He was raised in an orphanage. He had to come to life on his own terms. Mind you, later we find out that not quite his own terms. Mr. Sinister had some involvement, but we didn't know that at the time. His power for most of his life has been a disability. He's learned to turn that disability into an advantage. In the beginning, Cyclops was a shy individual. As team leader, he's blossomed and is a strong and confident leader. Then there's Iceman. Now, depending on who writes Iceman, sometimes he can be a real jerk. I never liked it when they write him like that. Iceman has the most unique powers of them all. If he was written right, he would be probably the most powerful of the X-Men. With maybe the exception of Professor X himself and Storm. I always liked that Iceman kind of was a jokester. He could have easily been the comedic relief of the group. But some people want to write him as a jerk. I don't understand that. But to be honest, I think the one I identify most with is Beast. Beast is an interesting dichotomy. He is physically strong. He's agile. He has a monstrous appearance, but he brought that on himself. When written well, Beast is both funny and intelligent. Sometimes people want to write him as just intelligent and reclusive. But no intelligence goes without a sense of humor. I've always liked Beast. I've always liked Iceman. And I've grown to like Cyclops. I think those are the best three. Though I am starting to really like Kitty Pryde. Joss Whedon has really written her well. Now, the second part of your question. What did I think about the X-Men movies? Let's just say I didn't enjoy them. When the first movie came out, and honestly, when each subsequent sequel was going to come out, I thought they had real promise. When I saw the first movie, they really pandered to what people expected a superhero movie to be, not to what the book was. It basically blossomed into the Wolverine movie. And honestly, I would actually rather have seen a movie about the X-Men without Wolverine than that movie. The first movie was really badly written. The characters weren't entirely true to who they were in the book. In fact, the only ones that were really the right characterizations were Professor X and Wolverine. But they really overemphasized Wolverine. The second movie came along. I thought it was going to be great. I really enjoyed Nightcrawler. They really captured the humble spirit of that character. I wish they had thrown in a little more of the swashbuckling aspect of his character, but what the heck. Then comes the third movie. What can I say? They took the greatest storyline in all of the X-Men, the Dark Phoenix saga, and flushed it down the toilet. They basically took the truest parts of that story and threw him out. It was, again, making the movie about Wolverine. That movie should have been about Jean Grey. About her overcoming her own problems, her own inner demons. Instead, what happens? They killed Cyclops, killed Professor X, said that Wolverine is the only one who can save the day, and they left the Institute in Storm's hands. And I haven't liked Halle Berry's performance as Storm since the very beginning. In the first movie, she was badly written, but she also played the character, Storm, probably the strongest female character in the entire X-Men saga, as a scared little girl. What the is up with that? Sorry, self-censor there. In the second movie, they didn't write Storm as bad, and they didn't give her a big part. I was happy with that. They should have left her on the back burner. In fact, they should have left her out, or had someone else portray it. But in the third movie, Cyclops and the Professor are both killed, so no one is left to run the Institute. Even Beast leaves. Mind you, Kelsey Grammer was the perfect choice to play Beast. He just wasn't written right. The entire continuity was screwed up from the get-go. They really broke my heart with that third movie. The first movie was bad. The second movie had promise. But the third movie should have just been called The Last Straw. See you next time.